Well, our beloveds, we have met our another's approval with yesterday's message, so we will now build on it. It is grace, gratitude, and forgiveness. Tomorrow, we focused on the low-hanging fruit, which are the bigger issues of grace, forgiveness for self, if you will, acceptance of where you are at, and acknowledging that the universe has a purpose in this crazy thing called life. And if you're unable to believe in that basic premise, well, then the rest of these messages are not for you. We can tell you that, because your ability to move from the negative to the positive requires a particular path. And if you insist on holding resentment or anger or disbelief that there is something more meaningful that is occurring through these painful experiences, well, then we have nothing else to offer you, and we suggest that you simply turn off, or maybe listen with an open mind, meaning, well, maybe there's something there that might resonate, but probably not. And we're okay with that. Again, this is your journey. You get to choose the path, the means, the manner, and the method within which you move forward. And it is your particular resume that you are creating. And at the end of this this process of this particular incarnation, you will see where you met your soul's objectives and where you didn't. And you'll get to try again. So there's no right or wrong. It's just, for many of you, you desire to find a more peaceful and harmonious way of living. And we wish to offer you those skills, as well as the understanding of the why of it, because at the end of the day, it is all energy. So if we tell you that an apple is going to drop because of gravity, and you say, well, I don't believe in gravity. When we drop the apple, it still drops to the ground because of gravity, regardless of your belief in it. But you are welcome to come up with lots and lots of different ways of avoiding gravity. But at the end of the day, it's still there, and it affects and impacts every decision that you make in an attempt to express dominion and control over it, if you will. And we're okay with all of that, because everything that you put forth has a boomerang effect, meaning that you learn through everything. Good, bad, positive, negative, easy, hard, whatever you want to use to describe it. So that's our little negative Nelly speech right now. And now we move back on to grace, gratitude, and forgiveness. Our another can feel just the vibrational shift, not of the words, but of the resistance that she can feel others expressing to those other words. But now we are calling forth those individuals who really do wish to move into this new energetic imprint with the greatest understanding of how to feel better, how to feel safer, how to feel more loving within your own body. And trauma is what we will talk about today. When you have trauma in your body, whether it's small or large, it causes a restriction or constriction. It is a tightness, if you will, somewhere within your body. So pay attention to where you have pain, for example. Do you have arthritis? Do you have joint issues? Do you have an injury that didn't heal well? Do you have broken skin? Do you have lesions? Do you have a cavity? It doesn't really matter, but when you feel a pain or a discomfort, your body's natural response is to restrict or constrict. You tighten up, because it is your body's attempt to protect you, to create an outer shell. But the silly piece is that when you constrict, you are restricting the flow of energy through that particular body part, thereby repeating that experience, if you will. So what we would ask you to do as a test of your faith in trusting that everything is energy, and that if you can keep the energy moving, that it will help your pain, your discomfort, your dis-ease, right? Focus on that particular body part. Put your hand on it. Visualize energy, if you will, blood, it doesn't matter, that you visualize something flowing through that, and visualize you kind of moving it so that you are trying to unblock the blockages. And how you do it in your mind's eye is irrelevant, but to visualize the blocked energy being removed. For example, if you have a straw with a pebble stuck in it, but you put a lot of water on one end and force it through, just the physics of it will cause that obstruction to eventually blow out the other side, and now you will have unobstructed flow of energy again. So see if you can do that on a body part that's not feeling well. And remind yourself, I love you. Thank you for expressing your pain so that I know that there is a restriction or a blockage here somewhere. Thank you for sharing with me what it is that you want me to know and to see and to feel so that I am aware that there's something not right. And then just continue to move the energy and feel love for that joint or that body part, compassion. Express your appreciation for all that that body part has done. If it's a tooth, thank you for chewing and grinding all of those pieces of food. For all of these years, I've never really shared appreciation for all that you do, but thank you. This is no different than a waitstaff who brings you food at a table. What if you had been eating at the same restaurant for 50 years, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you never expressed gratitude to your waitress? If you never made eye contact, never acknowledged her, you just pointed to the thing on the menu and put the credit card down, how do you think that you would interact or relate to that particular waitress or waiter? It would probably not be the most harmonious relationship, because that individual would feel overseen, overlooked, underappreciated, right? And there probably would be a bit of tension between the two of you. But once you say to the waiter or waitstaff, thank you. Thank you for bringing me this food. Oh, may I have some more water? I really appreciate your smile. You're making me feel better today, or whatever it is. Acknowledge their existence. How are you doing today? Are things going well in your life? Oh my goodness, I am so sorry that you're struggling. Well, I really do hope that things improve for you because, well, you seem like a very kind person. Do you see how creating an exchange with your waitstaff creates a relationship? Well, have you ever done that with the cells within your body? They're with you 24/7. They're making your heart beat. They're making your poop be processed and come out. They're making your toes and joints and ankles and ligaments and all of that stuff. We know there's no coherence to what we're saying, or another is noticing that too. It's not meant to be coherent. The fact is that your body works in synchronicity from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And do you ever thank it at the end of the day when you go to bed? Do you ever stroke your feet and say thank you for your activity today? Thank you for getting me from point A to point B. I know you must be tired, but I thank you for your diligent effort in moving me about. I really do appreciate that. Acknowledge, because those are millions and billions and trillions of cells there moving you about, and your knee joint and your hip joint and your finger joints and your jaw and your nasal cavity and all the cilia there catching those things that could potentially make you sick, and your tonsils and your trachea. All those body parts do their dance every day without even an ounce of gratitude. Have you ever heard about a mom who complains because people come and go out of the home without any appreciation? Well, if that's how a mom feels, and it is truly, in her mind, the most thankless job, because all she does is give, give, give. She never gets any appreciation, nor does she get any pay. Well, think about your body. Your body is also underappreciated. So today, just acknowledge your body and say, thank you. And maybe every day, pick out a particular or different body part to acknowledge that one. And you don't have that many big body parts. You could just focus on your inner organs, on your hands, on your feet, on your knees. Just pick out the big things like, you've got 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and a kitchen and living room and a garage, right? You don't thank each stud, but just focus on the big subjects or topics and begin there. Begin to recognize and express appreciation and gratitude for your body, because when you can just come from a place of gratitude, it is allowing your body to go into a state of grace, believe it or not. Find that which you can be thankful for, and where there are struggles, acknowledge them. Say, okay, this is where I'm really struggling today. And it is okay, because we need you to recognize those overlooked parts within you. You guys are so busy getting up, going to your job, coming home, climbing back into bed, that you don't actually live. You don't actually breathe. You don't actually see. You don't actually taste. You don't actually hear. And you don't actually feel. It is so numbed down these days because of the busyness of your lives that much of what you came here for to experience is not even being acknowledged, let alone appreciated. So begin in the little ways to say thank you, and maybe even begin a ceremony. Take a ritualistic nightly bath where you put some Epsom salt in there and say to your body, tonight, I honor you. Absorb this Epsom salt to relax and relieve your aches and your pains so that tomorrow it will be easier for you to do this. How can you honor your body? And we're not talking about going to the gym and working out hard, because that is more stress and trauma on your body in many ways. We're talking about honoring your body through relaxation and relief, allowing it to expand into its original imprint, not because you're forcing it to do something, but you're just allowing it to be without any expectation of having to do anything. Give it the day off. Give it the week off. Give your body a vacation, a rest from the craziness called your life. Do nothing. And therein you will find your greatest challenge, because you guys are all human doings and very few are human beings. You're so used to being busy, whether it's on your phone, watching TV, going for a walk, eating ice cream, do. Are you able just to close your eyes and do nothing? No music, nothing, and just allow your mind to be? No thinking, no worrying, no planning, just absolute silence. And when those stray thoughts come in, just let them float by. Just say, thank you, I'll deal with that later, thank you. Try that. Nothingness also has its place. You all are trying to amass so much wealth and comfort and productivity, you have forgotten that nothingness, the void, is actually where all creation begins. And when you guys are so busy doing, you overlook, you oversee, you underappreciate that void of nothingness, where you begin to dream a better dream into existence, one which you can build upon and into for a loving future, instead of based on what you all have right now, which you don't honestly enjoy, if you're honest. It's too much busyness, too much materialism, too much thought, to be honest, to maintain this thing. Your heart doesn't have to think. It just bees, if you will. It just is. So try to slow down the entire system from a place of gratitude and appreciation for what your blessed body does for you every day. And then move the energy to help to ease its pain and discomfort. And don't expect miracles. And what we mean by that is, don't think you're going to do it for 2 minutes and that's it. So if you actually had the belief that that could be, of course, it would work, but you all don't even believe. So you have taken a lifetime to create the bad habits and patterns that you have. So recognize that you will need to put in the time and effort needed in order to create new patterns and habits, whatever that is. For some of you, it may be a day or two. For others, it may be a lifetime. And it doesn't matter so long as you focus on that which matters the most. And that is grace, gratitude, and blessings. And so it is. Namaste.